watched my pregnancy update earlier this week, I mentioned I would do a little pregnancy must-haves video for you. This is something that I've gotten lots of requests to do since I was pregnant with Charlotte 2+ years ago. I just honestly didn't feel that comfortable. I don't know, I felt like I didn't have enough experience with just one pregnancy under my belt to share like what a must-have was. I don't know, that's just a weird thing, I guess, for me. But now that I've been through pregnancy twice, I feel like I really know the things that are actual true must-haves for me, and I'm gonna share them with you. It's not a very exciting list. These are my like true, like, I need these things. Give me these things, please. It's not, you know, it's not like little frivolous things. These are things that I like must-haves. So I've got my little list here. I'm gonna go over it with you. They're not in any particular order. They're just the things I thought of when I thought of them. Snuggle. The Snuggle is my pregnancy pillow. This is something that I stored after Charlotte was born, hoping we would have another child and I'd be pregnant again, and I pulled it out as soon as I found out I was pregnant. I pulled it out. It is like your pregnancy best friend. It is this really huge hook-shaped pillow, kind of C-shaped body length pillow that is just the most comfortable thing to sleep with when you're pregnant. I travel with it. I traveled with it when I was pregnant with Charlotte. I traveled with it when I was pregnant with this one, not on all of our trips, but I did take it with me on a couple. And I actually have one out in Utah because through both of my pregnancies, we were in Utah for a month for each one. So we actually have a Snuggle out there. It's not necessarily something you have to be pregnant to use. Anybody can use it at any time. I just think it's a really nice body pillow, and I will probably continue to use mine postpartum for quite a while, and then we'll see what I feel like going back to, but it has just been a game changer with sleeping when pregnant, and it is especially helpful during the 3rd trimester when I am big and uncomfortable and you've got all those like weird little tweaks and aches and pains that go along with the baby just being really big and your body shifting and getting ready for delivery. It's a game changer. I really like the jersey pillow covers that you can buy for it. I have 2 and I wash them once a week, just like I wash my sheets once a week. I just wash one and then I alternate because like I have 2 sets of sheets. I have 2 sets of Snuggle pillow covers. It is kind of a pain in the butt to get that thing on and off the Snuggle, but I'm not gonna not wash my pillow once a week, my pillow cover once a week, because that's just disgusting, personally, I think. But yeah, Snuggle is my pregnancy best friend. Burt's Bees Mama Bee products, 2 of them. And I will like cut in some close-ups of these products because I didn't have the foresight to bring them in here. The belly butter. Again, something that I used when I was pregnant with Charlotte and this baby too. I use the belly butter in the morning. It is so rich and creamy, but it soaks in so well to the skin, does not leave an oily residue, so you can wear clothes on top of it and not worry about your clothes getting greasy or anything like that. It has a really, really nice, very, very subtle, sweet kind of honey scent. It is not overpowering. Lots of pregnant people get heightened sense of smell. I definitely have that, and I did when I was pregnant with Charlotte too, and it does not bother me at all. It smells really nice, and it just feels really nice. It's a really nice cream. And then the nourishing oil is what I use at night. Now this is an oil. It's like an actual oil, so this is oily. I put it on under my like nightgown, and I don't notice any staining or anything like that on my nightgown. I probably wouldn't want to wear it during the day just because it's really oily and slick and doesn't soak in quite as fast, but it is very nourishing, and it really is very effective, and I love both of them. The nourishing oil has a bit of a lemony scent to it, but again, very, very subtle and not overpowering in the slightest. So when you are pregnant, you get very thirsty and very hungry. Sometimes more, sometimes less. I've been thirsty, very thirsty throughout both of my pregnancies constantly. That's been a constant. So one of the things that really made a difference, I would say, in both pregnancies was you know, upping to a 40-ounce water bottle or a 30. I think with Charlotte, I had a 30-ounce, like a plastic one, like a Bubba something. I can't remember what it was called now. I've actually packed it in my hospital bag to take to the hospital with me. Yeah, it's great because it has a handle, so it's nice if you've had a C-section and you're in the hospital for a few days. It's nice to have something with a handle. That's another story for another video. But this year I got a hydro flask, a 40-ounce hydro flask. The hydro flask is so great. It keeps your, whatever you put in it, I keep water in mine, cold, or whatever temperature you put it in, the same temperature for like a day, for a whole day or longer. My husband has a hydro flask that's much smaller that he sometimes leaves in his car. Over the summer, he would just be so shocked to come back to his car after a full day of work and find that even like 90-degree heat, the water inside was still cold. And now that it's like -5 outside, he comes back to the car and the water isn't ice cold. It's like with the temperature he put it in. So I think that's great. It's a really great thing. And it's hard to find a 40-ounce water bottle. And I'm very sensitive to like any sort of added flavor that a container can add to water. Certain plastics, certain metals can just kind of affect the taste of water. Hydro Flask, no effect. Tastes just like it does when you pour it in a glass. And I love my Hydro Flask. And it is especially great for postpartum when you're super thirsty. If you're nursing especially, you get so thirsty. You think you're thirsty when you're pregnant? No. You are thirsty when you are nursing. That's great to have the 40-ounce, especially when you're kind of just pinned under the baby for large stretches of the day, to have, you know, right next to you a nice big thing of water so you don't have to run out and worry about, you know, having to get up and go fill your water and figure out how to juggle the nursing baby at the same time. So having that huge water bottle, definitely a pregnancy must-have, as well as postpartum. Easy snacks with protein. This has been much more important to me this go around. Obviously, when I was pregnant with my first, I didn't have another child to take care of, so it was much easier to take care of myself properly, I would say, because I just had a lot more time. Now, as a mom of a toddler, a pregnant mom of a toddler, you know, it's my priority to take care of her. There's just a lot less time to, you know, prep healthy snacks and meals for myself. I end up eating on the fly kind of a lot. And then by on the fly, I just mean, you know, grabbing things here and there in the house or whatever. So having easy snacks with protein, especially because I've been sort of animal protein averse this pregnancy, as I was with the last one, has been helpful. My favorites over the course of the pregnancy have been hummus. With my favorite things to pair with hummus are like crackers or cucumbers or baby carrots, mixed nuts. You can have nuts when you're pregnant, according to my doctor, that's fine, as long as you're not allergic. So I really like this mixed nut blend. Can't remember if this is Nature's Way is the brand, I'm not sure, but it has cashews and almonds and pistachios in it. So good. And apple with peanut butter is a great one, or banana with peanut butter. You know, kind of snacks that are filling and offer you a little protein boost too, because that will help kind of, especially in the first trimester with your nausea. If you are eating small meals and snacks in a consistent, you know, like every couple of hours, it will help keep nausea at bay or at least lessen it, in my experience. And then as you get further along in your pregnancy, in my experience, and you just are hungry all the time, those things are nice and filling, and they're not super terribly bad for you. In terms of clothing, comfortable loungewear. I am not a legging person. Like, I don't like wearing leggings when I'm not pregnant. Out, I just don't feel comfortable. I'd rather wear jeans. At least I haven't in the last couple of years. That's just been more my vibe. But when I'm pregnant, I live in leggings. I live in them for the second half of my pregnancy. Like, I like maternity pants. They're great. And, you know, I have some that I've really loved, and I wear them a lot. I wore them a lot during the first half of both my pregnancies, but during the second half of both my pregnancies, it's been leggings every day, all day, leggings. maternity leggings. I have two favorites. I have the, oh, I didn't write down what they are. Well, the ones from Splendid, and I'll pop in a picture and I'll have a link to them below if you guys want to check them out. These are pricey. I think they're almost $100 or $80 or $90. They're expensive. They are so comfortable. They're almost like a knit legging. They're very warm, so they're more winter appropriate. I would be way too hot to wear these in the summer. For both of my pregnancies, I have the third trimester. It's been like the depths of winter, so that's worked out really well. Love those. I wash them on delicate and then air dry them because I find that elongates their lifespan, but they hold up great and they are just so comfortable, completely opaque. Very important to me. The other one, which I only discovered this pregnancy, is from the new line from Target, the Isabel and Ingrid line, I think is the name. They're full length, you know, skinny, kind of tapered leggings, much less expensive, more in like the $20, $25 range. These I even put in the dryer. They dry up great. I do wash them on delicate still, but they're really great too. They're a lot less warm, so they'd be a good year-round option. They're more of like kind of a regular legging, kind of that active material. I don't know what to call it. They're not like a knit, but they are very comfortable and very opaque and very affordable. With those, I recommend sizing down because they run big. I'm usually a medium in whatever bottom I buy, pregnant or not. I buy a medium in those Splendid leggings. I buy a small in those Isabel, Ingrid, whatever that company is, leggings. And they still are like that's like a lot of fabric, but it works out. So definitely size down. Having stretchy pants is nice, especially if you are sensitive. Like in the first trimester, I felt really sensitive to have anything touching my belly because I was just so nauseous, even maternity pants. So I really like these pajama bottoms from Motherhood Maternity. Again, I think they're $20 or so. They are great, and I have a feeling I'm going to be living in them postpartum, especially if I have a C-section because they have virtually no waistband. They're so comfortable and they're very affordable. Those I put in the dryer. They wash and dry up great. And then a robe is really nice. I really like the Erin Condren kimono robe that I talked about in one of my favorites video from the past year at some point. It's actually packed in my hospital bag right now. It's just it's light, and it was easy. I traveled with it. It was great to travel with. So super packable, but also very, just a really nice robe, and not too hot, because you can tend to get hot, especially towards the end of your pregnancy. For whatever reason, the first trimester of both of my pregnancies, I felt freezing all the time, and it was like in the middle of summer. I was just so cold. And then by the time my second trimester rolled around, I started heating up, and now it's the dead of winter. It's like literally 0 degrees out, and I'm warm all the time. So having a robe is great if you just need to take off your bra and just feel like you're covered up and just be comfortable. Those would be kind of my pregnancy clothing essentials, is loungewear. And then a couple of things that aren't really things. The What to Expect app I used with both my pregnancies. Definitely not looking at it as nearly as much with this one, but I do like the weekly update. Every week it tells you, how big the baby is, any like particular developmental things that are happening that week, stuff like that. I don't know. It's a non-intrusive app. There's things you can do with it to be more like involved in a community aspect if you want. I don't do any of those things, but I really like the app, and it's got a little like 1 or 2 minute video that goes every week along with it, which is informative and cute. So I use that for both pregnancies. It's the only pregnancy app I really used. And last but not least, and I hope this isn't TMI, but Kegels. Kegel exercises are really important for women regardless of whether you're pregnant or not. It's just a good thing to do on a daily basis. And that's where you are working your pelvic floor. So it's basically just contracting and releasing of your pelvic floor. Basically, if you could think of if you were in the middle of peeing and you were just like hold your pee, like stop yourself from peeing like midstream. That's basically what it feels like to do a Kegel. It's that same action. It's, you know, like I said, important for any woman to be doing on a daily basis just for general health, but especially as a pregnant woman, there's a lot of stress and weight and wear and tear, and especially if you deliver vaginally, there's a lot that goes on with your pelvic floor, and to maintain a healthy pelvic floor, and just, which plays a lot into your posture, into your back, can contribute to back pain, into your core strength. It's an important part of your body. And definitely takes a beating during your pregnancy. Just keeping up with daily Kegel exercises. I actually use this ball, I don't have it right here, that you can put between your knees while you're doing your Kegels to kind of add some resistance. You don't have to do that. You can do them anywhere. Nobody will know you're doing them. God could be doing them right now. You don't know. You know, I don't think it's TMI. I think some people get like overly sensitive about that kind of thing. It's an important health thing for any woman to do. So why shouldn't we be talking about it? Just because it has to do with part of your body doesn't make it wrong to talk about. But anyway, definitely a pregnancy must-have for me, for sure, just to keep healthy and strong in that part of my body as well. And that is it, you guys. Those are my pregnancy must-haves. I hope this was helpful to you in some way. If you'd like to share some of your pregnancy must-haves, I'd love to hear in the comments below. Let me know. And I will see you when I see you. I don't know when this baby is coming, as I mentioned in that pregnancy update earlier this week, but I will be around if he hasn't come yet, and I won't be around for a little while if he has, but I will keep you guys posted on social media. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're all well. Take good care. Bye, you guys.